Hello, Year 5. Okay, sorry, an emergency recorded video. So, you've all just had a really nice chat with Mrs. Wright. I apologise, my laptop completely shut down, couldn't get onto any of the work, kicked me out of my meeting I was in, so goodness knows what's happened, but hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, I'll be able to get through this recording and post it up for you. So, we are looking at fractions today, okay, and we are looking at recognizing improper fractions and mixed numbers, okay? So when a fraction is bigger, okay, than 1 or bigger than a whole. So let's have a look. How many are in a whole? So of these fractions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we know the denominator is going to be 10, okay? That's how many parts there are in the whole, okay? So to make one, okay, or one whole, we would need all 10 of those parts. So if you see a fraction, okay, that is the numerator and the denominator are the same, okay, that is always going to be equal to 1, okay? So 1 equals 10 tenths. Here, 1 equals 7 sevenths, okay? If we had all the sevenths, that was a nice bar of chocolate, okay? If you had 7 sevenths of that chocolate, you would have the whole thing, you lucky people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 equals 5 fifths, okay? So they always equal the same, they always match up, and that makes it clear. So in these, exactly the same. If it was sixths, I'd need 6 to make it a whole. I'd need 22 22ths, and I'd need 18 18ths to make a whole. Okay, so if ever we see a fraction like this, then we know that we've got a whole. But what about if it's more than one? We've got more than a whole. Okay, so that's when we get improper fractions and mixed numbers. Okay, so improper fractions or mixed numbers show us when we've got a fraction that is bigger than one whole. Now, an improper fraction, you might have heard them called top-heavy fractions before. It's when the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So we've got more than a whole here, okay? It can also be shown as a mixed number. So we've got 1 whole and 2 quarters, okay? So 1 whole 1 and 2 quarters. So improper and mixed numbers, okay? Improper fractions and mixed numbers. So what I'd like you to have a look at today is how that would be shown. So let's have a look up here. Our fraction, we've got an improper fraction because the numerator is larger than the denominator, okay? We've got 5 quarters, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 quarters. So we know that 4 quarters equals 1 whole, and 1 quarter is left over. Okay, 1 whole and 1 quarter left over. So we could also write that fraction as 1 whole and 1 quarter. Okay, so 1 whole and 1 quarter is equivalent to, or the same as, 5 quarters. Okay, so you can see it here, we've got 5 quarters. Okay, and there we go. So there are 5 quarters altogether. 4 quarters equals 1 whole, and we've got 1 quarter remaining. So let's have a look at some more of these. So I want you to have a look at this. You need to fill in the gaps, okay? And you need to think about writing that sentence similar to this one up here for each of these to explain what's happening, okay? So because the denominator is thirds, okay, is 3, we still have the wholes split into 3. So these are 3 separate wholes, okay? How many have we got here then in thirds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? 8 thirds, okay? Now to make wholes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 thirds, okay, equals 2, doesn't it? Equals 2 whole ones. We've made 2 whole ones here, and we've got some remaining. So we've got 2 thirds remaining. So actually we know that 8 thirds, okay, which is what we had up here, is the same as 2 whole ones and 2/3. Okay, so it's a little bit like when we're doing the division and we're finding the remainder. Okay, we know that some of these will make whole ones, and some of them won't quite be enough to make a whole, so we'll still have a fraction of those. Okay, so I'd like you to have another go. Have a go at this one here. Okay, so you can write a sentence about this one. I'd like you to have a go at this one. Look at it. What is it broken into? How many we got? I'd then like you to have a look at these. Okay, so 10/3. Okay, is the same as 9/3. Okay, and you could draw these out. Okay, there are my thirds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, if they're in thirds, let's draw in those 10 thirds. This is very scrappy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so how many holes did we manage to complete there? We've got 3 whole ones, haven't we? Okay, and 1 left over. So 9/3 is the same as 3 holes. There they are. And we had 1/3 left over. So we've got 3 whole ones and 1/3. Okay, what I'd like you to have a look is have a look here. Okay, see if you can have a go at these. And then we've got the bar model. They've drawn out the model. I want you to draw out the model for each of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. If you're unsure, just draw out the bar models for each. Okay. So this one, 25/8. Okay. You're going to need to draw 8s. Do as many holes as you can, and then on the last one, you're just going to fill in however many 8s you've got left over. There is an extension if you fly through this today, but it's really important today, even if you know the answer of these, I want to see them drawn out. Okay. I will put on an extra math session tomorrow to make up for the fact that we didn't have a live lesson today. Okay, so we'll have an extra live lesson on tomorrow, so you can drop in. If you are completely comfortable after today, absolutely fine. If you're really stuck today, okay, just try and have a go at drawing out some of these, okay, but don't panic. This should have been done as a live lesson, so don't panic, okay, and we can come back to it tomorrow. So if you want to completely leave it today and do this same work tomorrow with me in a group session, then that's absolutely fine, okay? Right, again, apologise about this morning, and I will speak to you all soon.